All right, everyone. How you doing? This is Rob, sports card therapist. I am here looking at the top 10 cards I am watching on the PWCC weekly auction this week, and it's ending November 5th, 2023. As you guys know, I'm always looking at vintage cards and checking out what they have and seeing if I could find any deals, maybe anything that's rare, scarce, or anything that's iconic. I love looking at the iconic stuff. Uh, yeah, so let's definitely take a look. Let's see what we have here today. So, starting off tomorrow's auction, we have a 1909 E102 Ty Cobb SGC 1.5. Good looking card. Obviously, when you look at it, it's very off center, right to left, but that's what you're going to get with these cards. 1909. You're not going to find a very well centered version of this card. It looks very clean, nice rounded corners. Right now, the current bid is 3,400. I would imagine this card is going to end somewhere between 6 and 10K. Beautiful looking card. This is not one you see very often. I think that a Ty Cobb collector is going to be the one that gets this. I haven't come across very many, if any, E102 set collectors. So this is definitely going to be for a Cobb collector. But beautiful card. I don't see any marks front or back. The thing looks great. Good color, good registration, and it's Ty Cobb standing here, leaning on his bat, hand on his hip, looking good. The next card that I am looking at is the 1915 Cracker Jack Grover Alexander PSA 5, and this is a top 30% PWCC certified eye appeal. Current bid is 5250. We're looking at 5250 right now. Wow. This is a great looking card. So Cracker Jack was only around for 2 years. You're talking 1914 and 1915. All of the 1914 Cracker Jack was pack pulled, if that's what you'll call it, right? Pulled from the Cracker Jack box, pulled from an actual Cracker Jack box. When it comes to 1915, some were pulled from the Cracker Jack box, and then some you had to mail in, and then they would mail it to you. This one looks like it was probably one of the ones that was a mailer. You don't see any sugar stains. You don't see any brown or caramel or anything like that on this card. So I would imagine that this was one that was sent in for sure. Great looking card, though. Like I said, top 30% PWCC certified eye appeal, which means PWCC is thinking this is closer to maybe a 5.5 or a 6. When you start seeing that top 30% eye appeal, that means it's the top 30% of all PSA 5s. So that's what we're looking at there. Next, we have a 1941 play ball Joe DiMaggio, and this is from CGC. This is a CGC 2.5. This is a good looking card. This is famous for having like that deep purple, like almost like a plum type color background. Joe DiMaggio. This card right now is only at 900. It's only sitting at 900, and centering on this is pretty decent. Top to bottom, it looks like it's probably 30-70. Right to left, it probably looks like it's 70-30. So all around the board, it's a fairly centered card for it being a 41. So, and as we know, Joe DiMaggio does not have many playing day cards. So this one right here is definitely one of the big ones, right? It's definitely one of the big ones. Play ball, or really the big brand when it came to cards during this era, 39, 40, 41. So that's a great looking card. Let's see. Next, we have this iconic 1948 Leaf Jackie Robinson rookie, SGC4, PWCC certified eye appeal, top 30%. Look at this card. Man, this is one of the best looking fours I have ever seen. This thing is going to demand big money. I wouldn't be surprised to see this get up to 15 or 20K, maybe even higher. Jackie Robinson, this is what is considered his true, I guess not his true rookie. I shouldn't say his true rookie because really, if you're talking true rookie, it's probably going to be the Bond Bread card. But this card right here, this is the 48-49 Leaf. It's known as the 48 Leaf, but as we know, it wasn't released until 49, so really it's 48-49 Leaf. A lot of people will call it the 49 Leaf, but technically it is the 48 Leaf. Beautiful looking card. This has good registration. This copy, this card is infamous for not having good registration. It's infamous for feeling kind of blurry. So this card right here has great looking color. Great looking color, great registration. You look at the back is clean. I mean, it's got maybe a few spots on it, but other than that, this is a great looking Jackie Robinson. I would love to have a card like this in my collection. Unbelievable. Next, we are going with the 1949 Bowman Satchel Paige Rookie PSA 6. This currently sits at $7,000 right now. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I did my reel. So each week I do a reel, really breaking down the history of a player or the history of a card. And this week I chose Satchel Paige, and I chose this card. So Satchel Paige, at the time of signing with the Cleveland Indians in this picture, I believe he was 42 years old. And just, I mean, by the age of 18, he was pitching in the semi-pro Negro leagues, and he played in the Negro leagues for the next 15, 18 years. And, no, more than that, next 20 years. And then finally made it to the majors, and, unbelievable. He's the oldest player to ever pitch in a game. He's the oldest player to make a debut in the major leagues. He's the first ever pitcher to pitch in a World Series that came from the Negro Leagues. I mean, so much history. You could really go down the rabbit hole of talking about the Negro Leagues and the barnstorming and all that stuff. Definitely, I would urge you, if you like history, if you want to know about baseball and those individuals who the majors were basically built on, definitely do some research on that. So this card's at 7K right now. I'd love to see where this card ends up. Look at the centering on this, the color, the registration, everything about this copy just screams buy me. So next we have a 1951 Bowman Willie Mays PSA 5.5, and this is sitting at 12K right now. This has got to be one of the nicest 51 Bowman Willie Mays cards I will ever see, or anyone will ever see. And I'll tell you why. Because the 51 Bowman set is infamous for being off center and miscut. So, and also for having print lines going right across it. So this card looks incredible. This is a beautiful looking copy right here. And really, I mean, to be a 5.5, and you look on the back, there's maybe a couple spots right there on the back. But other than that, I mean, I will take a couple minor spots on the back, knocking that down a grade or half a grade or whatever the case, any day of the week, right? Give me high eye appeal on the front of this card, and I'll take it. So that's currently sitting at 12K right now. Next, we have a 1952 Topps Willie Mays SGC3. What a card. This card is a beauty. Now, I own a copy of this card that looks very similar to this, and mine is a SGC3 as well. So I'm interested to see where this ends. It's a great looking card. If you look, it looks like there's a small crease up in the top left corner, but that's fine. It's nowhere near his face. It's nowhere near his head. And I mean, this card, look at the color. The color just pops. Everything about it. Sharp edges, sharp corners. The back looks great. The front looks great. This little crease right here in the top left corner is what really brought it from probably like a 6 down to a 3. So this is a beautiful looking card. Next, we have a 1969 Topps Reggie Jackson Rookie PSA 8.5. This is sitting at 6,500 right now. 6,500. You could tell that this was an old grade. You could tell by the serial number. However, they had it re-slabbed. It looks great. This card looks impeccable. This card looks like it was printed yesterday. So someone's going to love adding this card to their collection. It's a great looking Reggie, Mr. October. Next, we have a 1961 Fleer basketball Jerry West rookie PSA 8. This is sitting at 7K right now. We have the logo Jerry West. And if you look at the centering on this thing, I mean, top to bottom, it looks like it's 40-60, and left to right, it looks like it's maybe 35-65. And when you factor in that it's a 61 Fleer set, yeah, that's great centering for this set, because this set, just like 51 Bowman, is infamous for being off center, miscut, all that good stuff. So this is one of the nicest looking copies of a 61 Fleer rookie Jerry West that you will ever see. And last but certainly not least, we have a 1958 Topps football Jim Brown rookie, PSA 5, PWCC certified eye appeal, top 30%. This is a card that most copies you find are going to be off center. Most copies you find are going to be far right, far left, whatever the case. This card right here, I mean, look at the slab. Look at the serial number. It starts with an 8-2. You know what that means? That means that this card was just graded probably within the last month or so. So you look at sharp edges, sharp corners, great looking card. I'm looking at the face right now, and the face looks like it might be slightly blurry. It might be slightly fuzzy. Um, but that's just if I'm being picky. That's if I'm being picky. This is overall a great looking card in a high grade. Nice PSA 5. So that is it, guys. These are the cards I am watching on this week's PWCC weekly auction. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, I am not affiliated with any of these cards. I'm partnered with PWCC, but I'm not affiliated with any of these cards. Never have been, never will be on any of my previous streams as well. I'm just here scrolling through, picking the top 10 cards that I like to talk about, that I want to see, that what I'm curious to know what the final price is going to be on them. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. College football today, NFL Sunday tomorrow. There's so many big games tomorrow with the NFL. I can't wait. And I don't know about where you guys are at, but here on the East Coast, for me, it is very cold. It feels like it went from summer to winter. And I guess that's it. But guys, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget, take care of yourselves and your collections. Have a good one.